Hi everybody, this is Ananda Leeke with Ananda Leeke TV and the That Which Awakens Me countdown. Yes, it is a countdown. As you probably know, I am gearing up for the official release of That Which Awakens Me, a creative woman's poetic memoir of self-discovery. Here is a copy of my new book. Really excited about it. So the official book release party is on December 6th. It's next Sunday, and it will be held from 4 to 5 p.m. at Shakti Mind Body Studio here in Washington, D.C. Shakti Mind Body Studio is located at 9th and N as in Nancy, Northwest D.C. You can find out more by going to www.anandaleek.com. You can also learn more about the online book party and the events. But tonight, I am doing a very short video that will give you a sense of what's in this book called That Which Awakens Me. So the book arrived fresh in a box on November the 25th, the day before Thanksgiving. And this really was my Thanksgiving gift, my baby. So I really was excited about the artwork that is on the front as well as on the back. It's original. I created it and I love it, gotta say. One of the things that I did want to do tonight is to let you know that all of the chapters in the book are written as six-word memoirs. I'm a huge fan of six-word memoirs, and you can learn more about six-word memoirs by Googling the Smith Magazine, folks, and you can also Google six-word memoirs. They actually created a movement online and offline with books with just various six-word memoirs. Some on love, some on just how you feel, some on relationships, on happiness, on breakups, all kinds of things. So check them out. So chapter 5 is a fabulous chapter, and I would say that's myself because I wrote it and I gotta plug it, but it is really one of my favorites, all jokes aside. It's written as my writing life, poetry revealing vulnerabilities. So the six-word memoir, I'm going to go slow, is my writing life, poetry revealing vulnerabilities. So before I jump into reading an excerpt from this chapter, I want to give you a feel for the quotes that I included because they help shape what I hope to be as a great description of how I interpret my writing life. And the first one I want to read is from Toni Morrison, a fabulous writer. The ability of writers to imagine what is not the self, to familiarize the strange, and mystify the familiar is the test of their power. And then another one of my favorite writers, Sue Monk Kidd, who wrote The Secret Life of Bees, to name a few of the books, but that was one of my favorites. She writes, I wrote so many things from my heart that I used up all the pages. And then I've got to share two quotes about poetry. The first one is from Elizabeth Alexander, who is an African-American professor, and she's also the 2009 inaugural poet. She writes, poetry, here I hear myself loudest, is the human voice. And then Audre Lorde, who is an African-American poet and activist, wrote, for women, then, poetry is not a luxury. It is a vital necessity of our existence. Dig that, a vital necessity of our existence. And then I cannot begin my writing life without mentioning E. Ethelbert Miller, who is an African-American poet here in D.C. He's a literary activist. He's one of my mentors and a dear friend, and director of the African American Resource Center at Howard University. Ethelbert writes, poetry is like drawing. I find a line I like and turn it over and over in my head. I stretch the words, bend them, place them on the page, and change them again. So, without further ado, here is an excerpt from the chapter 5. It's entitled My Writing Life. I am a writer who writes even when she is asleep. Right now, I'm a writer who is in the midst of a long creative stretch, one that involves birthing a book every 2 years. My journey is both passion and paradox all at the same time. At times it can consume me and keep me living on my own planet with enough rice milk, granola, ginger tea, honey, strawberries, bananas, apples, and split pea soup to last a lifetime. This path has called me, and I can't begin to explain to folks what that exactly means because I'm living it. So I hope they can just get the meaning by watching me be me. So that's one piece. And then this is wake up call number 20. The words won't come, so I don't force them. Instead, I let go of the process some call poetry manufacturing, and I allow the words to marinate in their own juices. It is humbling to surrender, but it's the only way to write poetry. You know, the kind that comes from your true self. And here's the last one that I want to read. It's called Weaving My Memoir. Word by word, I weave my story onto the page. When the words stop, art inserts herself to finish my story. Art expresses my life with color, collage, and creative blends of paint, sculpture, photography, prayers, affirmations, reflections, stories, and poetry. I come back to the words. They marry art and give birth to songs I sing only when I'm alone, and the angels hear me. The songs echo what the words and art cannot say. They make my living come alive. When I'm long gone, those who discover them will know I walked the earth, hugged the trees, and smiled when the sun danced all day and later made room in the sky for Mother Moon. So, thank you for the first episode of the That Which Awakens Me countdown. If you are in the DC area on December the 6th, next Sunday, please drop by Shakti Mind Body Studio if you're free for a free book reading. I will be signing That Which Awakens Me, which is available on Amazon.com and iUniverse.com for $32.95. And guess what? I will be reading from my novel, Love's Troubadours, Karma Book 1, which was published in 2007. So stop on by and check me out. If you can't make the book reading, join me on December the 5th at 7 p.m. on Ustream TV. Look for Ananda, Leeke, and I will be doing a live Arthur chat from 7 till about 7:30 or 7:45. You can ask me questions. I'll be reading from both books. Yes, both. And it'll be a wonderful opportunity for those who aren't able to be at the live book reading to have a chance to reach out and touch me in real time. Thanks again. As always, may you have a wonderful week. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. May you be peaceful, happy, free of suffering, and filled with loving kindness. May you be love, love light, and live as a spirit of life. Namaste. Thank you.